morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I am Lindy, aka Paleobarbie. If you're new to the channel, welcome. See the baby chicks back there. I am meal prepping today, so I wanted to show you guys a few things that I'm making to help me get through this weekend and next week for carnivore, but you can also make these things for keto as well. Or pretty much high protein, anything you're doing like that. But let's get started and I'll show you guys what I'm making this week. All right, right now I am prepping my carnivore bread. This is the Courtney Luna recipe. It's in her cookbook, I think, but also on her TikTok and Instagram. It's everywhere. It's super easy. You just need 12 eggs, 2 cups of pork rind crumbs, a stick of butter, and a cup and a half of cottage cheese. You're going to blend it up, heat your oven to 375, and put it in a parchment-lined loaf pan, and that is it. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this up and get it going in the oven. All right, so this is all blended, and now I'm going to put it in the 375 oven for about an hour. Depends on your oven. Mine usually goes a little bit less than an hour, about 50 minutes, so just check on it because you don't want it to burn. All right, I'm also prepping some hard-boiled eggs in my Instant Pot. If you've been here a while, you know that I do this every time meal prep because it's an easy go-to, grab-and-go thing for carnivore or keto. Plus, I like to have some deviled eggs every now and then, and I've been making deviled eggs with tallow recently, and it's really, really good, so I enjoy that. But I'm going to go ahead and put these in here. I do the 5-5-5 method, so 5 minutes on manual, 5 minutes on slow release, and 5 minutes in an ice bath. So let's get these guys in here. One of the things I'm prepping this week is some meatballs. I just mixed a couple pounds of ground beef with Parmesan cheese, garlic, salt, pepper, egg, and some pork rind crumbs. And I'm going to stick this in the oven and bake these up so that I have them for easy go-to meals. All right, these are done and going in the fridge, plus 3 over here that I'm going to eat. All right, it's out of the oven. I'm going to have to let this totally cool before I can cut it, and it'll just pull right out of here with this parchment paper. And yeah, I can't wait to eat some. It's delicious. I usually toast mine in the air fryer. I do like 2 slices at a time for 10 minutes. Then I put garlic butter on it, and it's really, really good. All right, this is cooled and sliced up, and took a little bite of that piece, and I'm going to put it in the fridge. All right, so the next thing I'm prepping, I'm really not cooking. I'm just separating this meat tube that I got at Sam's. Just going to slice it and put it in Ziploc bags and stick it in the freezer, except for probably 1 or 2 of them to use for meatloaf tomorrow. But I'm gonna go ahead and slice this up and stick them in some Ziplocs. So just slicing it down, and sometimes I leave the plastic on it and sometimes I don't, and just put it in Ziploc bags. All right, these are all done, and I'm gonna put them all in the freezer except this one, which I'll use tomorrow for meatloaf, but the rest of it is going in the freezer. All right, the last thing I'm prepping is brown butter bites, and I'm gonna put chopped up bacon in it because when I made that ice cream with the chopped up bacon and the brown butter bites, it was so good. So I already cooked some bacon over there. I'm gonna go ahead and get this butter going and then keep stirring it. If you've never made it before, you just keep stirring until you have a brown consistency. It's gonna be very foamy, and then you're not gonna have any, you don't want it to burn, you just want it to be brown. And then we will add the bacon and stick it in this loaf pan lined in parchment paper. All right, so the brown butter bites are done. Well, they're cooked, the butter's cooked. I added the bacon, and now you can either put it in the freezer or the fridge until it hardens up, and then you can chop it up. All right, these are done. They're still a little bit soft, not quite as hard as I like them, but I wanted to get them cut up and put in the fridge. So good, y'all, so good. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap up the video. I finished up all my meal prep. I will show you the finished bacon or brown butter bites, whatever you call them, or bacon butter bites, I guess you could call them. You'll see that right before this, but anyway, just want to say thanks for watching. Hope you guys are having a good week. I am dealing with a lot of sinus issues, and I'm hopefully this pollen will go away soon. It's not been a good spring for me with pollen. I have allergies. I've always had allergies, but they're just particularly bad this year for some reason. But anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.